Okay, we're running this off the phone. Looks okay. We'll play around with this a bit more. Shooting as usual with the Panasonic G85. And you joined us here in the wilderness, so to speak. I'm literally a few hundred yards away from the main hockey arena in town. And we found this beautiful little stream that's normally flowing at this time of the year. And it's had a snap frost go across it. So I took some shots yesterday with the G85. I was out for my little walk and I come across this, and I'll show you some of those images at the end of the video here. But today I thought I'll come out and pro it up a bit and use the Pentax K70 and a nice sharp lens, and I'll also put it into high resolution. Nothing's going to move. The ice looks particularly interesting, and that's the name of this video, a particularly interesting shot. Okay, it is to me. I guess it's not everybody's cup of tea, but there you go. So yeah, what happened was the thaw, the spring thaw was happening, and it was going rather well. And then all of a sudden a cold front came through and the weather patterns changed, and a big high pressure came down from the north, and yeah, it slunk us right down into a cold stream of air, which brought our temperatures down to a daily high of -8 degrees centigrade. And yeah, this is where we've ended up with a snap frost for the last few days. So everything in spring-like mode is on pause as the streams and everything become covered in ice. But it does make for some nice interesting patterns, as you'll see. The way the water is frozen quickly and the fact that the stream is running underneath has made some interesting patterns underneath the surface of the ice. What you see, what look like cracks, but are not actually cracks. It's just the way the water is freezing as it's moving. I don't know what the scientific term would be for that, but that's what it's happening, and that's what's making the interesting patterns. Unfortunately, overnight we've had a dusting of snow, which hasn't actually thawed out. Yesterday it was a little bit warmer, so the top of the ice was somewhat shiny and thawed, so you had a clearer view through the ice. You don't have quite so clear a view through the ice today, which is a shame. But you do what you can with what you've got where you are. And being a lazy photographer as I am, I like to shoot local. This is literally 5 minutes from my home. And as you can see, the pond in the background there, yeah, you can't see it. It's completely iced over. And yesterday I was down there in amongst those rushes looking around for some things, and I found a muskrat actually swimming underneath the ice. The ice was clear. It was a glorious sight. There was no open water, so I don't know where he comes up for breath. I assume he goes back into his little house and gets a breath of air in there, but there wasn't any air for him underneath the ice, that's for sure. So hats off to evolution and the venerable muskrat, a true survivor in these cold weather conditions. But there you go, he spent a whole winter underneath the ice, so chances are he's doing okay. But I'm pretty sure, like everybody here, he wants to see some open water and get some green vegetation in his belly. It's probably been quite a few months since he's had a good feed. Or she, I guess. With it being spring, there could be little kits. I don't know what the young muskrats are called. Could be kits. Could be, I don't know. I'm waffling. I do that too much. But anyway, I'll show you with a little bit of a pan around with the camera to show you what I'm set in here, and yeah, and then we'll see if we can see at the end of the video whether or not it is a killer shot. I think it's just interesting, not a killer shot. I'm framing that wrong. I'm building you up too much, building myself up too much. But yes, it's interesting. And it's what catches my eye, and at the end of the day I think that's what you should take photos of if you're out and about doing landscape photography. capture what catches your eye. Yeah, there we go. Yesterday it was a squirrel in the tree and some ice. Today so far it's just been the ice. But there you go. So let's get the Pentax up here on the tripod and do a little shot. And maybe I'll show you the back of the camera when I'm doing the shot so you can see the settings. Okay, see you in a little minute. So here we are, we've set up the shot. I don't know if you can quite see it on the camera there. There's an awful lot of overhead light. Let me just shield this in some way. Yeah. Anyway, there we go. So, I can brighten this up. Long way. No, doesn't want to play. I'll switch the live view off. Okay, so 7.1, around about 8 f8 is what you'd shoot for here. 30th of a second, 100 ISO, and we're actually going to change that because we are dialed up to overexposed there. There we go. So normal light would be 100th of a second, f7.1, call f8. Actually, let's just do that. F8, 100th of a second. And then we would go into this, and we go into there and there and there. Now that puts the camera into high resolution mode, and it'll take 4 shots, and I'll combine the 4 shots into one absolutely humongous file full of resolution and detail. And that's the shot. And let's just zoom in there. You can see it looks like cloud patterns in the ice, like they're being reflected from overhead. But no, it's not. You can quite clearly see that this is cracks, or what looks like cracks, under the surface. Isn't that gorgeous? What an effect. And like I said, I'm not too far from the centre of town here, so let's just dull this down so I can do a little sweep here of this little wooded area. And we swing right the way around, and the stream goes into the pond that was manufactured by the town last year. This was all swampy ground. They dug it out and they put a nice wee bridge upon the far end there, as you can see. There you go. And as you can see, this this channel here is just nice for the muskrats to swim up. It's nice and deep, and they can collect vegetation from underneath the ice. Admittedly, that vegetation down there might not be the freshest, but there's roots and things like this still in the bank that they'll dig out and eat. And there we go. We're back to the Pentax here. There's another nice area just over there in that dark area underneath the trees. There's some ice bubbles, and I took some pictures of that yesterday, so I'm going to try and catch them again today. And that's my little location for this afternoon. There we go. Let's see, maybe now I'll go on to shoot the ice bubble picture. So I've had to angle the screen here, and you can kind of see what we're doing here. I just brighten that up. You can see the highlights are flashing away like mad now because I've got it so overexposed for the little LCD screen. But there we go, there's the shot that we took, and there is the ice down there. If I just zoom in, so to speak, There you go, ice bubbles. Aren't they so cute? And then there's another little patch over here. Really, really nice. And then there's a bigger patch underneath the trees here, which has even more allure for me. Little overhanging branch there doesn't help me, I don't think. And here's some more just at the side here. Now these are simply caused by vegetation rotting, and they make some gas, and the gas gets trapped underneath the ice. Then the ice freezes underneath itself, and then an air bubble appears, and then it freezes again and traps them in there. And that's how these ice bubbles are formed. The most famous place for me is Lake Abraham, which I tried to do a shot there similar to this sort of thing, but unfortunately when I got there it was a really, really windy day, which is not uncommon for Lake Abraham. And there we go, just to show you where I was. I was right over there, and I've literally moved 50 feet, and here we are underneath the trees here, and as you can see, some glorious ice just clinging on to the far bank there. Isn't that pretty stuff? There you go. Photograph what catches your eye, and what you find interesting. These bubbles I find interesting. There you go. Okay. Thanks for watching, everyone. Enjoy some photographs here that I'm going to show you. And oh, there's another patch there. I just see just on the edge of the shadow here. These are tiny little bubbles. But there you go. Just a few more bubbles for you. Okay. So hopefully I've done a good job processing these photographs. I may add a little bit of creative license to them by darkening them and change them into black and white, but whatever. Whatever I feel suits the mood. Thanks for watching. As ever, get out there when you can. Take pictures of what you see and find interesting. Pentax is just absolutely cranked over there. Okay, from a chilly spring day in April, Central Alberta, Canada. Goodbye for now. See you in the next video. Bye.